Last week, I went and got a library card at my local library, and I just walked around downtown. I was having a good time when a lady walked up to me and my husband, and she told us that she was hungry. We went with her to get some food. We bought her some food, and we sat down with her at a restaurant. And I tell you this because when we've talked with her, she was telling us about some issues that she was having, about how she's been trying to get into the shelters, but they're always full, and just how hard it's been for her to try to get back on her feet and stuff like that. And I think it's easy to see people struggling, see people on the street, see people who are asking for money and think of them as con artists or people who don't really deserve our efforts or energy. I think a lot of people just brush it off. And I've traveled in a lot of big cities, New York and stuff like that. And I know that sometimes you have to use discernment, right? Because sometimes people are trying to rip you off or just trying to talk to you so they could try to, sell you drugs. Sometimes that's happened to me, so I know it happens. But it just makes me so sad to see people hungry and without a place to go, because those people are image bearers of God, just like me. And the same God who died for my sins and loves me so much feels the same way about those people. And I'm not any better or any more deserving than those people are. And it's easy to think I'm just one person, so me doing something wouldn't even make a difference. But that's where we are all wrong, because even our mindsets, the way that we talk to ourselves, all these things make such a difference, because it affects the way that we show up. It affects the way that we interact with the world around us. And I decided, even though I'm just one person and I don't have some type of crazy qualifications, I have a lot of things that I could say as to why I wouldn't be qualified to do something, or why I wouldn't be qualified to make a difference or to go out there and try to do things. But instead of asking why me, I decided to ask, why not me? Why not? I got the time today. I have the energy today. I see a problem. I have some ideas for a solution. I could volunteer some of my efforts to help. I can't solve world hunger. Unlike Jeff Bezos, I don't have endless amounts of money. But I care for people. And I want to be the hands and feet of Christ. And I want to do whatever I can to make a positive impact in my community. I want my community to do well. I want people to thrive around me. And I don't care if I get the recognition for it or not. I'd rather not. But I emailed my mayor because I just started asking questions online. I started looking up all these different ideas. I started looking at what Baltimore has been doing to lower their crime rates, and I started looking into the different programs that people have put into place to help lower poverty and to get people into jobs and to have transitional housing and all these different things, right? And I just emailed the mayor. I was like, anybody can email this guy, so I'm gonna go for it. And you know what? They emailed me back. It blew me away. What? Why would you email me back? Well, they said, I like the ideas. You can meet with the mayor on this day after this time. I said, all right, I'll be there. And I'll be there at this time. I got the address. I show up and I just got done talking with him and it went well. He's a great guy. He just got into office about 3 weeks ago. He said he's been doing a lot of work and he's excited to make changes. And I'm excited for him. And he actually just listened to me and my ideas, and we talked about some of the things. We started off the conversation by just praying. I just asked him, hey, can I pray with you real quick, because I know you're a man of God and I really want us to start this off well by just giving the glory to God and letting that set the tone for this conversation. And I think it went well. And basically, I just want to tell you, it's okay to have delusional confidence. Sometimes I just stop and I just laugh at myself. I'm like, girl, who do you think you are? You emailed the mayor? You just went and showed up and talked with the mayor? Yeah, I did. I did that. You could do that too. You can stop when someone asks you for food and you could feed them, you know? We have the ability to make changes. Do you know how many riots Gen Z has started this year across the world? A lot. Gen Z is stepping up the game. Gen Z is coming out of the darkness and just like, wait, things that are going on with the world, I don't like it. Let's make a change. And then they're doing things. I want you to do that too. I'm not saying to riot. I'm not telling anybody to go and riot. I'm really not. What I'm saying is, look around you. Look at the city you're in. Look at the country you're in. Look at your little community, your neighborhood, and think, how could things be better here? What don't I like about this area? Because it's so easy to get in our minds and to just think, man, I just can't stand it here. It's just a bad place. It's just a bad town. It's just a sucky neighborhood. It's just, a bad community. All these people, they just suck. And it's just not living up to my standards. I'll just move and then everything will be perfect. A lot of times we think that as people, and I've noticed that this as a continuing thing in different places that I've lived. I noticed it a lot in the military. People would say, as soon as I get out of this training area, I'm gonna go and things are gonna be perfect. It's just this base that sucks. It's just this group of people, they just suck, and everything's gonna be sucky until I get out of here. People would say that, right? It's not true. We can be the change. We can do things, guys. And don't let the ideas that, once I move to another place, everything's gonna be perfect. It's not. Everybody is just flawed human beings, okay? Instead of just trying to choose to fly to a new spot and find the most perfect area, what if you just tried to make this area perfect for you? Okay? Every little area that you're in, just think of it like a hidden gem. There's all these little hidden things in this place that are actually really cool. For example, right, when I lived in Japan, I'd be walking down the street, let's say in Tokyo, and I would cross a building that just had endless stories to it. It was just like a 16-story building for no reason. And there'd be like a million little signs on the side saying like spa, restaurant. Each floor was its own little business. And sometimes I would just go to a random floor and I would find the coolest random little places. One time I found a restaurant that was literally hidden behind a vending machine. The vending machine was the door. It was cool. All right, it was cool. But things like that exist everywhere. Not in that, oh, I spit. Oh man, that's embarrassing. Things like that exist everywhere, right? Not in that there are hidden vending machine doors that lead to restaurants everywhere. No. But there are so many cool things in your town, in your community. There are so many people that have interesting stories, that want to connect with people, that have ideas for small businesses, all these little things. Go out there and find those things. Get involved. Be the type of change that you wish other people would do. Who cares if you fail? Oh no, you fail and you don't really make that big of an impact? Okay, so what? Maybe your failure inspires somebody else to try, and then they are able to use the blueprints that you were using and fill in the pieces, and bam, they bring it to fruition. Who are you to disqualify yourself? Your excuses, not valid. So go and do it. That's what I'm saying. If I can be delusionally confident and just do stuff and then think, oh my gosh, like, then you can too. And sometimes we all just need to be reminded that if you're in a room and you are the smartest person there, if you're in a room and you're the highest achieving person there, you need to try and get in another room. Get in the room where you're the least achieving person, where you're surrounded by people that are a million times smarter than you. Go and sit in those rooms. It's uncomfortable. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm so uncomfy. I'm like, how'd I end up in this room? I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't even understand half the words these people are saying. But I could feel myself growing and learning and becoming a better version of myself, a more qualified version of myself that's able to have even bigger impact. It's the beauty of aging and the beauty of learning and putting yourself out there. So do it, man. That's what I want to tell you. Okay? All right. I love you. God loves you. Today is a great day to make things happen. All right. Goodbye.